Okay, so just a little reminder that my website, we go to Intermediate Photography and click on Studio Lighting module, and here is the whole thing. Everything that we're doing. We've done the introduction. You'll notice that I've added, this lesson was recorded and posted on YouTube. On this one right here. And very shortly, the next lesson will be too. I uploaded it, but it hasn't processed it yet. So that'll be all of these pictures right here with the cones and the soft boxes and all that kind of thing. 5 common types of lighting. All right, broad, short, Rembrandt, split, and butterfly are the 5 types of lighting that we're going to be talking about today. So, broad lighting. Now, let's set things up here to begin with. Okay. Haley, if you could have a seat, please. Don't worry, everybody's going to get a chance to model today. Yay! All right, so a couple of things. First of all, we're on frequency 9 over here, and let's make sure that this is awesome. There we go. Awesome. Right? Everybody on ISO 100? Okay. What's your shutter speed? 250, right? Okay. And what's your f-stop? We don't know that yet. Very good. So, yeah. So we'll just, oh, I know you can. Okay, go ahead. Nose. 8. And what?
0 tenths.
And 0 tenths? Score. By the way, just so you know, you can flip this around and then you press it and you can read it right there, like that. See? So, yep. 8 and 0 tenths. Okay. Now, what I want though is, this is our key light. This one is at EU 5.6 at the moment. And this is at EU 4.3, so significantly less. What's the name of this light right here? I don't know if I've told that, if I've talked about that. That one's the key light. Anybody know what the name of this one is? It's the filler, because it fills in the shadows. That's why it's got a nice soft box on it, so it fills in the shadows with a nice soft light. The idea is that what we want to do is we want to create one side brighter than the other. And that adds a nice dimension to the face. Okay, so if I'm going to set my camera to f8, and, excuse me, let's just take a test shot right here. Zoom in and boom. And there it is. You'll notice that it's fairly flat. Okay, there's not really much shadow on one side. Okay, so in actual fact, I want to, I do want to change that. Can I have you actually looking up at that window right there, please? Okay. Just to make sure that when she's turned, it is still flat. And you'll see that is the case, right? Okay, so in order to create some dimension, I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If I press that 5 times, how much have I just put it up? Pardon me? Half of an f-stop. Very good. All right, and I put that one down 5 steps. So let's do the same shot. Here we go. You can definitely see now. Okay? Matter of fact, I really wouldn't want more than that. Otherwise, it's going to start to look kind of weird. And I have to admit too that with her glasses, it creates some shadows in there that I don't think I would use, to tell you the truth. So somebody with glasses, you might want to try a different method of lighting. Butterfly, which is one of the ones that we're going to be doing. You're definitely going to, you shoot Rembrandt, you're going to get some wild shadows from her glasses. You've got wide frames too, which is very trendy, but is a bit of a nightmare for a photographer. All right. Anyway, so what we have right now is the side that is facing the camera is not lit up. Okay, it's got the shadow on it. Okay, that's short lighting. Okay, short lighting. What I'd like you to do, please, is turn your body this way. Look up at that direction right there. There we go, like a nice Sears catalog pose. Wistful thoughts. Sit up straight, please. That's it. That's good. And a slight smile. Perfect. All right. Definitely exaggerated. I wouldn't normally have her turn that much. Okay? But the idea here is that we're hitting her broadside with the light. That's why it's called broad lighting. Okay? So what are the advantages to broad lighting? Broad lighting, because it's brighter, it reduces the amount of wrinkles and things like that. Crow's feet, bags under the eyes. Because it's brighter, you don't see as much of that definition that the shadows can really highlight. Okay? But if you have a wider face or a little bit of extra baggage under here, that's going to be larger than if we did short lighting. So if you turn short, then what happens is it looks like the face isn't quite as wide, right? But it accentuates lines in the face. So some people just can't win. So you really have to take a look at your subject and say, what's going to work best for them? Okay? And don't say it out loud to them. Hey, I noticed that you're chubby, but your skin's pretty good. How about we go with short lighting? Not the best. All right. Any questions about broad or short lighting? No?
So broad, you're turned away from the key lights so that you're more lit up?
You are, yeah. Basically, she's providing more of the side. Basically, is being lit up by the key light. Yep. Okay. Now, my personal belief is that for a lot of the time, I like to have the model looking straight at me, too. So, but if you do want to reduce a little bit of width in the face, then it is a good idea to turn them a bit. I think it's just been so overdone for portraiture to have the person looking off, not at the camera. I really like a connection of the eyes between the viewer and the I was going to say client, but the model. Okay. That's my own personal preference. Okay. The eyes should really follow the nose, too. Okay, if you turn your head this way, but just with your eyes, look back at them. It's kind of awkward. Right? So, kind of thing, and yeah, it doesn't really work in my opinion. Okay, so the eyes follow the nose. Right. So, next we're going to do Rembrandt, which is my personal favorite. I love this one. Okay. Rembrandt lighting, named after the painter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Man. All right. All right, so look straight at me, please. And what we actually want is we want a little triangle of light underneath her eye. We haven't quite got it yet. And I think what I'm gonna do is I want to actually reduce the amount, I want to make this more sort of dark and mysterious. The easiest way is to just reduce the amount of light going into my camera. So if I'm at f8, where should I go if I want less light? I go up to f10, sure. All right, let's do that. Now the actual full f-stop from f1 up is 11. Okay, so this would actually reduce the amount of light by about 2/3. It's okay. See the difference? Definitely darker. Okay, now, remember how I said I want that triangle underneath there? So what I'm going to do is this. Alright, chin a bit. This is filling things in too nicely. There, okay? Look up for a second. I saw it there for a second. There we go, turn up. There we go. Just a bit. You see the triangle now? Don't move. See it?
You saying that makes me want to move.
Okay, I'll do it quick. Eyes down. Nice.
Wait, can I move?
Now you can move.
Okay.
The triangle's not bright enough though. Stand up for me, please. Step forward. Turn your head toward me. Hey, there we go. Raise your chin. Oh, it's coming out. There it is. It's starting to come out right there. Okay. And now and I especially like the expression of what the hell. Yeah, that works well. Okay. Now you will notice that I made an error though. Anybody see what it was with the lens? Okay. I cut off her head a little bit too, but I also used a fairly wide angle lens. And the reason why is because I wanted to go fast and I would have needed to stand where you guys are right now. So that wasn't working so well. Okay. So that's Rembrandt lighting. And when you get to play with it, I would actually suggest grab a cone with a honeycomb grid, because then you're gonna have a much more defined beam of light, and turn off all the other lights and just play with it. So that way you can just say, yes, there it is. Okay, don't move. Now, split lighting is basically what I was getting when I didn't want it. Okay, which is that album cover kind of look. Boom, right here like that. And step a little forward for me. Good. I'm getting a fair amount of reflection off the back and also off of this. It's just bouncing off of the white. Oh. That's much better. Isn't that weird? How just this white right here, even though this light's turned off, but this white reflects the light back at her. which is one of the reasons that reflector over there, it's fabulous for filling in shadows and things. Okay. All right. So, really good example of split lighting right there. And all the way through. Very artistic. Not exactly the kind of picture that you would want for your driver's license or passport photo, student identification, that kind of thing. But it's a really neat thing to start with, split lighting, and then add in little parts that you want too. So that's kind of fun. What is the last one? I think it's butterfly. Yes. Okay. Butterfly lighting is the lighting technique that was used in old Hollywood movies. And basically what we do is turn this one off, and we're going to, my experience with this says that we're going to tilt this down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump this all the way up to EU of about 6, because if it's too bright, I can put my f-stop up and ow. Okay, look at the shadow under her nose as I do this. Come on. Actually, I'm gonna do this top one first. Okay. Woohoo! Nice if somebody put that in there. Step a little to your left. I know I said that everyone's gonna have a turn, and then now you're here, and I'm just continuing to use you. All right. I love you. Come on. All right, step forward. Okay, look at the shadow under her nose. Good. See that right there? There. That's the butterfly shadow that we're talking about. I'll bring it up. Keep looking forward. See, without and with. Please remember sandbag. Since we've changed everything all around, let me just quickly take a light meter reading. F11 and 7/10. Well, 11 and 7/10 is kind of, I mean, it's 3/10 off of F16, so it's probably closer to about F14 or 15. I don't want to go up there and change it, so let's give it a try. Yeah, I've got F14. All right. Nice and intense. There we go. Whoa. Okay. Butterfly lighting. This is a perfect example of butterfly lighting. It's really good. Now, is it a complete photograph? Absolutely not. Right? You see how the darkness of her hair just kind of disappears, and it's like this floating face. Okay, this would be where we would start. Then we might say, you know what? I think we need to maybe turn on this background light. She's wearing blue, so the blue gel might actually work quite well. That's right. Good, keep smiling. Okay. And if that background light isn't going to be bright enough, there we go. Now the gel, the light, you get a lot more light when you take the gel off. So that's why I thought, okay, I'll just take the gel off and see if that's enough. And so there we go. All right. So really nice butterfly lighting underneath there. That's good. Okay. What are some other ways that we could separate her hair from the background? Anybody know? Yeah, you can put it behind her, absolutely. Take this kicker down here and turn it around, point it straight up. Okay, it would act like a halo. Okay, or we could put what's actually called a halo, which is that, remember that snoot that I showed you? Okay, so the snoot this thing right here. And so this nice little grid has this beam of light that you can set up in behind, or even just off to the side, back here. And again, it makes it look like a halo. You know, it lights the back of the head. And what you want to do is you want to have that in order to show some separation, so that you don't just have a floating face. Okay? People with black hair, we really have to watch out for them in the dark studio, because they just disappear and all you've got is like just this round face, especially if they're wearing a black outfit. Okay, any questions? All right, let's take you through broad, short. What are the other ones? Come on. Butterfly, the painter, Rembrandt, and split. Okay? Painter's got, think of the painted triangle underneath their eye. Okay. All right, good.